the mayor and trustee Jacina got held up with some traffic. They're on their way. You should be here shortly.
Welcome, everybody. This is the Binghamton-Johnson City Joint Sewage Board Budget Hearing. It is Wednesday, September 11th. It is 5:39 p.m. I call the meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
which stands one nation under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, do a roll call.
Councilmember Murray is absent. Councilmember Matavetsky. Councilmember Middleton.
President.
Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Present.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Present.
Councilmember Rathmel is absent. Council President Dundon.
Present.
Mayor Meany.
Present.
Trustee Thorne.
President.
Trustee Jacina. Present. Trustee Walker. Trustee Giblin.
Present.
Thank you.
So right to it.
All right,
Thank you so much.
this is our new superintendent, Ron Warwick, who is kind of hoarse because I brought my dog to work today and he's allergic. Oh, boy, okay. This is our superintendent, Ron Warwick. He would like to introduce himself and the
Sure.
budget.
I'm Ron Warwick, the new superintendent. Obviously Elliot, retired. Had to excuse my voice. It is going in and out a bit. But I want to thank you guys for the opportunity to present the proposed 2026 budget for the wastewater treatment plant. Guess in the interest of better tracking with the discussion and logging on any changes, we do each line sequentially and present in the report. Not hopping through the pages. I bring our team with us. If there's any questions, they're gonna be much easier for them to be direct with what departments they're with. And obviously Billy is our business manager. I figured she'd be the best, most of the talking. And
Okay. Do you want to go over the revenues or just go right to the expenses?
We can go over the revenues first and then
Okay.
into the expenses.
All right. Starting with ES.42122 sewer charges, IWWPP. Proposed budget is $1,313,671. ES 42374 sewer service, other government, $25,859,163. ES 42401 interest and earnings, $200,000. ES 42650 sale of scrap and excess materials, $1,500. ES 42665 minor sales permit, $500. ES 49999 fund balance for budget, $8,644,706.
Can I ask you a question? Can you hear me all right?
No,
No? So for the sewer charges? For the sewer charges, with the IWWPP, is that, increase, is there more participation or are we just charging more for the folks that are participating in that program?
this is a calculation based on our general operating expense. This is for Frito-Lay and the water department, anyone who brings stuff into our plant. We have contracts with all of them, and it depends on how much flow we get from them.
Okay, so we're anticipating an increase from,
We're anticipating an increase in operations costs.
okay. Yeah, sure.
Anyone else have any questions before we move on? Go ahead, Billy, move on.
Depreciation, ES 1994.54999, $16,090,488. Next page, sewer collection systems. ES 8120.54000.cob. Local systems costs $3,560,151. ES 8120.54000.BJC. Local systems cost $1,562,147. The following lines are all ES 8130, so I'm just going to go with the object, if that's okay with everyone. Okay. 51000.js1sl personal services salaried, $899,032. 51000.js2hr personal services hourly, $2,133,908.
Billy, may I ask a question?
Sure.
What's driving the costs down on the salaries?
We had 3 positions moved with Elliot leaving, and their salaries were brought in at a lower rate.
Okay. And how many positions are currently not filled?
Just, just one.
And salaried? Just,
No, across the,
Across, yeah.
all right,
Sorry.
hourly, there's 4.
30 38 out of 46 right now, I think.
Okay, so 6 positions not filled.
how
38 out of
long,
46 is
38
eight.
out of 46, 8 positions not filled.
All right, and how do they break down? Are those mechanics positions, assistant mechanics positions? Are they laborers? What positions are we
We have
light on?
2 mechanics assistants, 1 instrumentation tech, 2 operations trainees,
Which we just hired 2, so.
Okay.
1 safety coordinator, and the salaried.
how long have
One.
how long have those been open?
How long have they been open? Instrumentation tech has been over a year.
For the instrumentation tech?
Yeah,
2 to 3 years, okay.
2 to.
Then your operator trainees, your mechanics assistant?
Mechanics assistants, about 6 months.
We had 2 assistant mechanics move up to mechanics, so we gotta leave their positions open until they take the civil service test.
So you have all 5 mechanics are filled.
All 5 mechanics are.
Good, good to hear.
We've been asking for the assistant mechanics test since COVID.
Takes a little while.
And then your operator trainees, how long have those been?
That's always moving because our operator trainees can move into operator ones. So,
We just hired 2 operator trainees. Sorry.
Out of, but you only have, you have 8 slots. And you currently have, with the new hires, you have 6.
what else are we missing? This one. Operator 3 is 1.
Yeah, we're missing an operator 3. Minus the shift lead.
I mean, I guess what I'm getting at is when is the last time you've had, say, fewer than 5 positions open at any given time?
It's been a long time.
All the time, but we're fully funding all of them every year. Like what we do in the Binghamton budget is leave the lines there, but we don't fully fund every single one because we know we're not going to fund every single one.
I believe the mechanics assistants are in at 6 months each. When I put this in, instrumentation tech One is at full-time and the other. Yes, we do, and the other's at 6 months as well.
So you've got about 1.5 positions that you've taken out. You got 3 at 6 months-ish.
Yes.
Okay. That's not. That wasn't immediately clear from. the budget.
We have people taking, once an operator one takes, the operator 1 to operator 3, they have to take tests to move into each slot. So it's continuously moving, and it's kind of a when you're doing a budget in August, kind of a guessing game as to when these positions are going to be filled.
Yeah, no, I have no problem with leaving the ability to move in the positions, but if you're constantly down more than 5 people and we're budgeting still for most of them, then I don't know that.
We would love to be at
No,
full
I
staff,
know,
it's
but I'm
just not
saying
easy to get
if
people.
year in, year out, we're budgeting for those and setting aside that money, we're never spending that money. It makes sense to, hope for the best, leave the slots, but
Yeah,
not leave all the money in there.
which is why I've started.
I appreciate that. So this
Budgeting
is
for
this
half
is
a year.
progress. So we've
Yeah.
got basically 1.5 positions that you're not counting for out of, so I would possibly suggest doubling that. I might do that. Suggest that. Any thoughts from the JC side of it?
Well, I agree. They're always in a state of, but I want to go back probably 5 years ago where we did do that, where we didn't take the positions out of, but we did not fund 3 positions.
So at some juncture over the last 5 years, it's crept back up to
Right.
everyone's funded. Although now Billy has pulled it down a little bit.
It was Councilman Strawn, might have been city council president at that point, and it was, under his suggestion that, all right, we're not going to take the positions from you. We're just not going to fund them if you're not going to fill them. That's how far back it goes.
Okay. That's it for, if you want to keep going, I don't know. And if you had other
Yeah, we can
comments,
continue. If
yeah.
you don't, we're okay with this line? Okay.
For now, I mean, I might make an amendment.
Okay. Going to the next page, 51699.JS1SL, salary adjustment, salaried, $12,000.
So this is not a line that existed in 2025 or 2024, or I think 2023 when I looked.
That's correct.
So what is it for?
What I understood, the board put that in there. Depending on what we got for raises, it's in the salary positions. For this year,
Are the raises included in the salaries on the last page?
I believe they may be. This was like when we go for our test, after we take our test and all that, if they wanted to bump our rate or raise up or whatever, they could do that. From what I understood.
Is there any
that correct?
contract language that states that?
We don't have no contract, so
There's no contract, there's no PSAs, there's nothing?
We have a policy and that's it.
I mean, don't you have an individual contract that says what your salary and benefits are for each salaried employee?
No. We have a policy.
Right. Okay.
The hourly employees are still under the CPI increase. And at this point, we don't know, what they're going to get for a raise. We'll know in November. And part of, the salary adjustment, they put us in at a 2% increase and, put the salary adjustment line in so that we can prevent some of our department heads from wage compression with their employees.
Was there a salary adjustment this year yet?
Not this year, no. Last year when we budgeted at 5%, which was close to what the CPI was for the hourly employees.
None of that adjustment money was spent.
No,
That the spent in November,
for the salary adjustment hourly, it may be, but in years past, I've just moved money out of their the personal services line.
So the 125,000 budget for this year, that hasn't been touched yet and is not going to get touched? Or that adjustment happens later in the year, or I'm confused.
More than likely, it will not get touched, which is why I requested that the 2026 budget salary adjustment be lowered. My request was about half of what's in there for this year, but
But it got bumped up.
yes.
Okay. So I understand the argument about wage compression now because they have in their bargaining agreements, they have built-in raises and management does not.
Correct.
But you haven't used this salary pool mechanism before, or just not in the last
Not
several
for
years?
the hourly. We haven't done it for salaried because in years past, management either followed the hourly contract or we estimated what their increase would be based on the CPI.
So did management or the salaried employees already get a raise this year?
At the beginning of the year, yes, we did.
So if they're
And
gonna
it-
get a raise at the beginning of next year. Why is this in the budget and not just in the salary increases for the year?
Because there was an agreement made with the hourly employees to get 2.5 at the beginning of the year and then do a retro in December to match the CPI. So in December of this year, the hourly employees have already gotten 2.5% raise. In December, I'm estimating it'll get bumped up to a little over 4%. So we will do another percentage increase for that CPI, and then they're in contract now or in negotiations for contract. Whatever the increase they decide on for January 1st, 2026 will be on top of that.
So this $12,000 is an attempt to keep the pay increase of salaried folks on a percentage basis, the same as the increase that hourly are going to get based on what they got at the beginning of the year and the look back that you're estimating.
Correct, for some department heads, because they're going to be very close to, some maybe under what their employees are making.
But I mean, okay, I just don't know why. I don't know why this mechanism was used and not just make it part of the salary.
If it's in the budget, then that's what we pay them, or I would have to come back to you before January 1st to have it adjusted.
So, but these this is a fund to make adjustments. So at whose discretion does it get handed out? Does the board vote on it or
The
does
board votes on it. They vote on it, in December, their board meeting in December.
Right now, of the last 12 months, the CPI is 2.7%. So they got a 2.5% raise. So you're looking at a 0.2% increase. So that's an awful lot of money. If it trends the way it does,
It's a 36-month look back. I was not here.
Okay.
okay, thank you.
Moving on.
Well, no. So,
Okay.
so as I understand the salaried one and now the hourly one, you only estimate that you would need about half of last year, which would be 63,000 or so.
I believe I requested 40,000 for that line.
40,000. And the board bumped it up to 85
Yeah.
and
Yes.
their infinite wisdom. Okay.
Can we cut that back to 40?
Yes, you can.
Or I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and give them 50.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
But again,
I think we should,
if I-
I think we should go through.
Wait, I want to make sure I
we wanna-
understood. So it,
We want to go.
the
through
reason
whole
that
thing
money
and
is
do amendments?
low is because she's using the personnel line, right? The personnel line is what you were saying you use? Which would be from the open positions already? I just want to make sure that we don't cut the open position money if it's already like, did I follow that? You were talking about spending stuff from personnel line rather than from adjustment line before.
Yes. We have
So-
done in the
So
past.
she's doing, the actions are taking place. It's just coming not from the adjustment line, but from the personnel line
Correct.
that has money because there's openings. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So
One
if
or
we
the
cut, we
One or
cut
the other.
reduce the positions back to having 3 unfunded or whatever is going to happen, we need to keep the money here so that it's available.
Or at least some.
Yeah.
But in the current thing, there's both extra money here and funded anyhow. All right. So do we want to make amendments as we go or get to the end and then amend at the end?
Whatever is easiest for,
I think we do them at the end.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have to
Keep track.
vote on the amendments? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I guess keep going.
51900.js2HR overtime hourly, $55,000.
yeah, can we cut that down? It's, last year you expended 39,000 right now, or as of the end of July is at 24,000. So it doesn't seem to be like you're hitting that.
This amount, was from July 22nd, 2025. Since then, we'll have Labor Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving. Yeah, we have several holidays that are still coming up, and Thanksgiving Day and the day after and Christmas Day eat up a lot of our overtime.
Do we know what we spent in 2024? Oh, we did.
Yeah,
39,000.
And looking back 3 years, which I did, it's never past 40.
It's based on 10% increase from rate. 4% for this year. Okay. Moving on. 52000. Equipment and capital outlay, $10,000. 52001, office equipment, $1,000. 52013, equipment and capital gas pump, $44,200.
So we bought a gas pump this year for 35,800.
It's encumbered this year. Yes.
So what's the status of the project?
What I asked for last year turned out to be insufficient 6 months later. So what I've asked Billy to do is put a little bit extra in this year so that I can get 2 pumps. And then come 2027, I will buy another pump, and this will have replaced all of the gas compression pumps in the digester, which was not addressed in the recent project. So again, that was my underestimation, that in 6 months later, I was underfunded.
Oh.
Can someone repeat that into the microphone so that it's on the record?
I wasn't gonna cut you off. I was gonna say. I thought you could hear me. I didn't realize that.
No.
So where I would need it.
So it goes.
Green.
It's green.
All right, go. So, again, I apologize.
You're gonna let go of the button.
Am I on record?
No. Is it green?
Unless the batteries are doing their fun thing.
Sure. I'm not the instrumentation tech. So last year when I requested the funds for a gas pump, I used a quote, which was 6 months later inadequate. So then I've asked Billy to add a little bit extra to this year's. I will buy 2 pumps this year and, I'm sorry, 2 pumps in 2026. And then I'll buy another in 2027, essentially replacing all of the gas compression pumps that were not addressed in the recent rehabilitation project.
So the pump that you needed to replace in 2024, when we were budgeting for 2025, is still running in 2025 and it's going to be running in 2026 before you get it.
Correct. We have redundancies in valving and in other pumps, so we're able to valve it as such that we can use 1 pump for 2 digesters or vice versa.
So that's something you're having to do?
Yes.
So why didn't we just adjust the budget slightly and get you the new pump this year?
I'm sorry, what?
Why didn't we adjust the budget slightly and get you the new pump this year if you're down a pump?
You bought 1 pump this year, right?
No, the money's still sitting there. Yeah.
No, yeah,
Yeah, but they haven't gotten the pump because they didn't have enough money apparently.
correct.
Right.
So I'm saying, why didn't we adjust the budget for you and get you the pump this year so you're not double operating 1 pump?
When I went to buy it in January, I didn't have enough money because it was based on a quote 6 months previous.
Yeah,
But we can move money.
Pardon?
We can move money.
And again, I'm not a finance whiz either. So
We,
I apologize.
I'm
I'm
saying-
just trying to replace the equipment that's
Howard, you
circa
have a- you have-
1970s.
You have a contingency budget, and that's what the contingency budget's for. And Billy, I'm sure can walk you through the process. And you also have a bunch of reserve. So if the suggestion of this body to go out and get the pump so you could maintain operation and you maintain your redundancy, I don't think any of us here have an issue with that because you do have the necessary funds to do that now.
Okay.
Right, because I'm just saying the need was identified in 2024 and it's going to be 2026 till we address it. And I assume the one other pump that's handling 2 digesters is running at double what it was you normally want to run it at.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our larger ones are becoming inefficient. So, yeah, I'm just trying to replace all the equipment in time. Luckily, again, like I said, we have redundancy built in all over the plant, so we can valve it as such that we get by and we run all of our processes. I just want to get everything to 100% here shortly.
so what would you need for the 1 pump? In 2026? Just the 1 pump. We'll work on the pump for 25 at the next meeting.
I mean,
So-
I have minimal idea of all of this stuff, but I'm just saying if this is an identified need, it's been identified for well over a year. I think we would all be willing to make whatever adjustments necessary. It's a matter of not that much money. It's a matter of a few $1,000s to update that to apparently. I don't know if you can still order it and have it. I don't know if it makes a difference at this point, but I'm saying to whomever is making these decisions, I think we would have been here for you to make
I
that happen
appreciate that.
earlier this year.
I appreciate that. It's just an effort to propose a low budget and maintain that low budget. That's,
I mean, I like good budgeting, but when you're, it sounds like you were sacrificing, we're making other equipment run harder than it needs to. Anyhow,
not sure what,
okay.
I'm not sure what.
So I think the question was if we adjust this year's budget and get you the money that you need to purchase one pump almost immediately, how much money do you actually need in next year's budget? Assuming we were able to, instead of buying 2 pumps next year, if we got you money in this year's budget to buy one of those pumps and then you buy the second one next year, what would this budget line look like?
There is 35 held over from last year. I believe the small pumps were 45. Again, that quote is
6
dated.
months old?
That-
Again?
It's dated.
Again? Yeah.
I can't keep up with the price increases. Huh?
Have you ordered it?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, it'd be a 10-week lead time. But
I mean, if it's not a priority, if it's not something you want to try and get done now, fine. But if it is, we'll move
it's
money.
something
and-
that I need to do. It's not absolutely necessary to the process to meet permit.
Budget, the money's there for this year, and we're gonna take less than $10,000 out of the contingency, buy the pump, buy it this year.
Right. So we'll look forward to seeing that budget transfer request. All right.
But also leave the money in for a pump for next
For
year.
his second pump,
Right.
whatever that is.
Yes.
So the second pump for next year, you said 45,000, the larger of the two,
I would replace the larger of the 2 different sizes next year, which is a 55, probably $60,000 pump.
right.
Next year.
So we have 44,200 budgeted for next year. Do we bump that up to the 55,000?
Assuming that we do a budget transfer this year and I get my small pump this year, I would enjoy that.
I would almost think just because he said 55 to 60, we bump it up to 65,000 to be safe. That, and they get the quote with, taxes and everything else, we'll have a little buffer zone.
I agree.
But I guess I
65.
don't understand the math of this budget then. If supposedly we were gonna get 2 pumps next year with the encumbered amount from last year plus the 44,000, this doesn't seem like it was calculated correctly.
Yeah, he said he's gonna do a larger pump next year. So that's what's driving what he needs up next year's cost.
Yeah, I'm just saying that didn't seem to get to the people making the spreadsheet.
Right.
Supposedly this column plus that column equals a large pump and a small pump. It doesn't add up.
Right, but he didn't you weren't requesting a large pump for next year, were you?
Yes,
You were requesting a large pump for
Yes.
next year.
yes.
Yeah, okay then.
We've ended up in the same situation
Yeah.
with not enough money
Not enough
and it
money.
would just be sitting in encumbered.
So we'll bump it up to 65,000.
Is that gonna be enough though? Yeah. For one
That'll
pump?
be enough for the large pump.
Should be even by January.
Okay.
Okay.
In order it in January.
Would it
So-
be cheaper?
Billy, the next 5 capital lines, which had budget for 2025, have nothing encumbered or expended.
Correct.
So what is the status of these projects?
They have and used, they're complete.
And we've done that all since July 22nd?
Yeah.
I'm showing no money spent out of any of those lines.
Oh, no, they're not. Howard?
Would you like a chair? Pull up a chair.
I'm good, thank you. I'm sorry, what was the question?
So the bridge crane, the methanol flame, ARRE arrestor, I'm guessing, scrubber louvers and microturbine and pump, DN pump VFD were all capital projects for this year. And
They
as
should all
of,
be here, yes, this year.
right, but so as of July 22nd, none of them have had anything expended or encumbered out of those lines.
I have purchase requests ready for the louvers. I believe Larry has the DN pump ready. We have
Bridge crane.
Bridge crane, that's
methanol.
waiting on me to finish my spec. I got tangled up with the lawyer and stepped away from it for a second, so I just need to finish my end of it, get it back to the lawyer, get it approved to replace the head house crane. The methanol flame arresters, we're waiting right now for availability.
So we're in September and we haven't spent any of this money yet this year. So what is the actual chance that these
Yes.
are going to get done this year?
Might be pump money.
Chuck Robinson made the same comments to me. and
Okay.
I did tell him that it's in the works.
I appreciate you working on things. I appreciate that it's crazy sourcing things, but I'm just asking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, again, the Inardo flame arresters we're waiting on availability. And the bridge crane's waiting on me.
Howard, what do you mean by available?
Lead time.
So we could put in a purchase order.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the shipping costs and the availability for lead times
Okay.
before I put in my request.
Gotcha.
So we've got like 140,000 that we've not spent anything yet this year, and we've got another 30, 280 or $90,000 in capital requests for next year.
Yeah, I was just here a couple weeks ago requesting a little extra money for my lines as well. I was a bit distracted this year with the unexpected. These are prescribed expected costs, and I just that's my delinquency. I need to do those purchase requests and get that stuff coming. I've just been chasing my tail at times.
I mean, I'm not asking you to defend yourselves. I'm just asking what is the chance that $290,000 worth of capital projects get done next year? When it's September and we haven't done any of the ones we had on the slate for this year.
I can't put a number to that. All I can tell you is what needs to get done.
Right, but I think we need a realistic timeline of when things can be sourced and ordered and what your capacity is to put them in, not just a list of this is what we need to do.
Again, I'm not sure how to assign a number to that. I mean, most of these are not, the bridge crane would be a contractor provided work. Other than that, we're purchasing things and installing them ourselves. So there's not, the lead time is in getting the materials.
All right. And
Go ahead. Okay. 52023, equipment and capital Millipore Sigma water. Sorry, $35,000. 52024, deck grading, $10,000. 52025, gas safety, $90,000. Next page, 52026, grit pump, $40,000. 52027, grit conveyors, $12,000. 52028, backwash pump, $50,000. 52029, road torque seal kits, $40,000. 52030, davit crane, $18,000. 52200, furniture, $700. 52300, hardware, software, $15,000. 52401, key system, 0. 52601, safety equipment, $17,000. 53002, accounting service, $60,000.
Can we start charging you more?
Yeah.
Chuck's not here for me to,
Yeah, I mean, that's a 33% increase.
Yeah. I don't, and we should ask why, for
That's
sure.
coming from Chuck Robinson.
Yes,
Yeah,
um,
that's a Chuck Robinson question.
they haven't had an increase in 9 years.
That's, all right, that's probably a part of the reason why.
Yeah.
All right.
54001.cob, debt service, $1,566,815. 54001.BJC, debt service, $1,416,790. 54101, office supplies, $8,000. Next page. 54103, printing, $1,500. 54112, gasoline, diesel, $25,000. 541.
Excuse me, Bill, just back on the gasoline and diesel. We spent $17,000 in 2024. You haven't spent a lot this year. Why are we keeping it at $25,000 if we're basing it off of last year and what we spent this year?
We top off our generators at the end of the year.
So you're gonna,
Sorry, last year we ran that down to 0 and I was unable to completely top off the $10,000 or 10,000 gallon diesel underground storage tank. So that is my intention this year. I don't like to let it go below 70% just in case of emergency.
okay. Thank you.
54114, lubricants, $15,000. 54125, building and ground supply, $19,500. 54149, laboratory supplies, $84,000. 54150, chemicals, $1,810,600.
Okay,
So
how much of that is spent and ordered? Like, how much of that is on order that we haven't really gotten yet?
We are. Yeah, we encumbered all the lines. I would have to get back to you on that. We do keep an eye on it and we're getting pretty close to having the POs fully used, so we will be putting more money towards it. I think there's $175,000 left in that line,
Okay.
so it'll be close.
Thank you.
So we were looking at a $200,000 increase, I think, between 24 and 25, and another $200,000 increase between 25 and 26.
You can say that again.
So we were at just under 1.5 million in 2024. We've got 1.75, and then you say we're going to blow by that in 2025, and we're up to over 1.8 million in 2026. So what is driving? Is there a particular chemical or a particular process that's driving that, or?
All depends on the flow, how much rain we get. Sometimes these chemicals, when we buy them, they double in price. They go out to bid every so many years, and we got 1 year for one chemical that almost tripled in price after we put the budget in.
Right. We're going out for methanol. We're getting our bids in tomorrow for the methanol.
So the amount that's encumbered so far this year leaves you, as of July, only around $100,000 left.
Correct.
And is that because and I think that's what my colleague from Johnson City was talking about. You've done most of those purchases already, or there's going to be for the year, or you're going to blow through this?
In
line?
2024, we ended up having to ask for more funds at the end of the year because they were not encumbered, and money ended up getting moved around that shouldn't have. So this year we have encumbered all of our major chemicals to make sure that doesn't happen again. And like I said, those POs that encumbered the funds are close to being used up and will need to be adjusted before the end of the year.
So
I think what happened last year, ferric chloride increased by $1 a gallon. And we use quite a bit of that throughout the year. That's why it's increased for this year.
okay.
54191 protective clothing, $45,000.
Why are we keeping that so high when last year we spent $27,000 out of it and this year we're at 23?
Protective,
Clothing.
that has our clothing allowance out of it.
Yeah,
That has our clothing allowance. Everything comes out of that line.
Okay, but last year you expended $27,000 and you're leaving it at 45 this year. Or for 26. And in 25, we've spent 23,000. Clothing allowance is contractual, right?
Yes.
correct.
And it's probably already been paid.
It also includes boots and gloves.
Right, but I'm sure you've got those on the shelf, right?
We
Some, yes.
just recently ordered jackets and
Jackets and then rubber gloves for chemical.
and we still need to order boots. I haven't seen that come through lately.
We'll be ordering at least 3 more pairs for the end of the year.
What are they, a couple hundred apiece?
About 100 a pop.
So
As long as,
$200.
unless the only other problem is if something happens to repair, because we are in the process of cleaning things, so I have.
Are you speaking to a microphone? Sorry.
Currently, right now, we are in the process of cleaning tanks, and there's times when they're working that boots can get ruined, so we don't know exactly how much we will end up using. Gloves, just working, sometimes equipment wears out. So we don't always know exactly how much we're gonna use, because we still have a lot of inspections and cleanings to do.
Could we cut that by $10,000? I mean, that still leaves you 35,000 in the budget. Thank you. It just paid for your phone.
Next page, 54201, gas, heat, $225,500.
When was the last time that went out to bid?
That is, we just went off Constellation in October of, no, wait a minute. Yes, we have not gone out to bids on gas.
I would suggest that because we did, we had Constellation, Mirabito, and a third party come in to bid, and I can't remember the name of the third party. I can get it to you. And they crushed it. They beat Mirabito and Constellation by a lot on the gas end.
Okay,
Because we did both gas and electric. And Constellation stayed with the electric, you know, because nobody touched them, but on the gas, it was very, very considerable.
okay.
Savings, so.
So I had some notes on that too. Even with the proposed gas increase coming in May, assuming you don't go out to bid, assuming you don't do anything, and you just take the hit, we're anticipating about a third increase, it would still only bring your budget to 210,000, not 225.
Okay,
So I think with the chance that you're going out to, you should probably go out to bid, try and get a good deal. And even then, I mean, I think I think this could go down about 15K. You want to go on or continue?
do we
Okay.
want to come back to that one?
No, I thought we'd try and do amendments near the end. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think we should just move on.
54202 electricity, $1,193,500. 54203 electricity plant pump station, $113,000. 54204 terminal pump station, $112,500. 54210 telephone, fax, internet, $18,000.
Going back
So-
to electricity. Sorry.
No,
Going back to the electricity, have we ever bid that out, or are we with NICEAG on all that?
We're on NICEAG on that right now.
Can we bid out? Because I don't know personally, it's not so much the electricity charge, it's the delivery charge. And the delivery charges vary greatly by who you buy the delivery from.
Yes, it
So
does.
I think that should be bid out as well.
Okay.
wait,
Go ahead. 54221 water, $175,000. 54300 insurance, $585,000.
Excuse me, last year when we were here, we asked for this for both your property and casualty and your health insurance to have an RFP sent out, and it hasn't been done yet, and I'd like to know why.
I don't have an answer for you.
Well, as an owner, I'm a little upset with that.
And
I think that before the year has ended, that both get sent out. Please.
I believe, I brought that to the board and,
The board answers to us,
I agree.
okay?
I
That's something that has to be made clear.
I would be
They're
up
the
for
owners.
a resolution or something to send to the board to say, hey, we want bids for insurance and gas and electric by a certain date. RFP should go out,
The
RFQ.
issue with the RFP is that we can't get it past our legal counsel.
And I suggest that as owners, we look for a new legal counsel.
I agree.
What was the objections for the RFP? Why didn't he write one up then? If he didn't feel comfortable with putting out what you suggested, why did he not write one up?
I've asked that myself many times and I don't have an answer.
Thank you. I'm really not.
It seems
I
that
It's upsetting
understand.
because it's, you know,
I'm-
there's potential for decent amount of savings here. And when we're ignoring potential savings, we're not doing what's right for our constituents.
I absolutely agree with you.
No, I'm kind of hung up on this. That was there, so there wasn't an explanation why legal counsel didn't want to do this? It's just no.
Should we invite him or her in?
Can.
We go into an executive session to discuss this. Is this more of a personnel issue and it requires an executive session?
Yeah, we can go into executive session, particularly if we're gonna be asking about why there was objections to putting out the RFP. We can do that. If the owners think that's going to be helpful.
Well, we need to know. So
We'll
I
get
make a
an
motion, we
answer.
enter an executive session for legal advice and personnel.
And I'll second the motion. Do we need a roll call or can we just do all in favor?
You can do a voice vote.
Okay, all in favor of going into executive session?
Aye.
We're heading to executive session. Not bidding.
Gonna be cozy.
Do we?
You mean hot? Do we have to invite?
Just turn the mic off.
Everyone make sure your mics are off.
He's gonna turn the camera off, right?
Cameras off.
Oh, oh, it's only gonna. Aye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Billy.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yep.
George is.
Just stick with it.
Yeah. No, George is usually pretty receptive when we reach out, so.
Well, that capital. The great, debit rate or
Vestal.
Binghamton.
Well,
Vestal. That's right. We moved over to Vestal. Yeah, we had a contract with the city of Binghamton for several years and then they're
weird.
last year. Yeah, yes. It was a contract. It took them a couple years to get a contract together.
Binghamton, Vestal too, right?
Yes,
The
yeah.
Vestal water comes from Binghamton,
Yes.
but they get some from Binghamton also.
Comes from various sources.
It's a very strange.
Are we uninsured?
Yes.
I think.
Okay. Okay, 54410 professional services, $124,000.
Billy, what's driving that up 20 grand?
Was it UV? What's driving professional services up 20 grand? Did you have an increase for?
Might as well come up to like.
Might as well get comfortable here. I believe that includes $40,000 for the electrical testing. Is that in professional services, Billy?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's the breaker testing.
Okay.
I've been asking for 10,000 each year and it's just not enough to get any real work done. So that got increased to $40,000.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Next page, 54412 board member services, $49,000. 54430 legal services, $60,000. 54434 payroll.
Why is that all encumbered already? Is it?
Just to create a PO for when he brings or sends invoices in. I will probably have to come back for more money on this one.
Okay. Are we having an unusual amount of legal services this year? No.
We have had a couple of issues with employees this year.
Okay.
Do the board members, do they just get paid at the end of the year? So like,
Yes,
okay. Just they get a one-time,
a one-time stipend
Okay.
in December. 54434 payroll services, $12,000. 54435 emergency confined space rescue services, $5,250. 54436 laboratory services, $87,500. 54450 vehicle repair, $40,000.
What's driving that up, Billy?
Tires.
Tires, we had to put exhaust systems like on almost every vehicle we had.
Okay. Thank you.
54520 equipment lease rental, $33,500.
So is there something we're doing different there that we versus 2024? Do we,
We have to do a cyclical inspection of the top of the digester, which requires special rental equipment. I need a 70-foot double articulated boom to get to the laser level sensor. And I only need to do that every 2 to 3 years.
Service.
Yeah, also crane services. We had some plant water pumps put in this year, and I intend to pull them in December and have an inspection on them.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
54610 building equipment improvements and maintenance, $10,000.
So that's separate from, isn't there a plant maintenance line? As well?
There are several.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Well, I'm just wondering what the difference is. Building grounds and supplies versus, oh. So supplies versus the,
Yes,
Supplies
supplies
versus
are
the-
for salt during the winter time and any thing that's needed for that. Lawn maintenance, building equipment improvements and maintenance is for painting the buildings and upkeep inside of the buildings, not related to the equipment.
so building and ground supplies has a paint and supplies line.
Does it? Okay.
That's not the garage salt, janitorial stuff.
I'm not saying you don't need the money. I'm just saying what's the difference and why are they in two different places?
This one is. This one, I believe, is a line like, any improvements we make around the plant. We had, I don't know, it was last year or the year before. The decking around one of our, thickeners. All the concrete was broken apart, steps were screwed up. So what we did is we took all that stuff out and put new steps, new, a new little deck there kind of to cover up a lot of the sore looking stuff. This past year, we also did a set of steps going down into our methanol facility where there was a ladder before. So little projects like that, I think, come out of this line.
Okay, I guess,
Above the normal, I guess you would say.
okay,
54620 equipment repairs and maintenance, $12,000. 54621 equipment and pump repairs, mechanical, $176,000.
Could you please explain why that's jumping up so much?
Back again.
Without all my notes in front of me, a lot of the same reasons that I was just here a couple weeks ago. I'm seeing prices increase. We're accelerating the maintenance on a lot of the equipment. It's now at 5 years. So we're doing some larger repairs. It's not just filters and greasing anymore. So again, was trying to keep a minimal budget. I'm still trying to maintain equipment to at least the minimum standard.
A lot of the stuff that was given to us during the construction period, when it was all done, we put on the shelves and we're running out of it. So a lot of this is replaced.
Spares and
We're
consumables.
continuing to put spares on the shelf.
Yeah.
We're not letting the inventory run to zero,
Okay.
but a lot of the free turnover that you paid for is depleting.
And what about any of the things that you're upping maintenance on that we or hitting these maintenance milestones that we should be bringing in people from maintenance from those, from
Absolutely.
contractors, the companies or?
Absolutely.
mean,
I was in contract with Hydrodyne in Florida today to see if they could come and do an inspection on our fine screens. We recently had a large slug of sand go through the plant, and it tends to affect all the equipment differently. We're working through some issues in our grit channels. The next thing down the line would be the fine screens, and I'd like to get them in here
So is
ahead
there
of preventative maintenance schedules.
is there a game plan for this going forward? This is what we need to do at the 5-year mark. This is what we need to do at the 10-year mark. That's other than in your very busy head.
We do have a 5-year plan that we're working on.
For what maintenance looks like, so, and everyone here knows I harp on the city departments too, so does that also a lot. You know, trying to anticipate these things that are coming, so they're not, we get midway through a year and, well, hey, we need to do this thing that's gonna cost $200,000 and
Yeah,
we should have been
actually
planning
have-
for it 2 years ago.
Larry just had a company come in, they're in the process of coming in for our UV system,
Right,
go
we,
through-
we talked about
to
that,
go
right?
through that whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do, is get the actual people to come in, make sure everything is going the right way and
Okay.
make sure we're maintaining it correctly.
All right,
A lot of the things are simple sub-assemblies that are starting to get loose, like, just bearings and seals and stuff, just mid-level stuff. So it's gonna,
And I know, Howard, I probably know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. We're staying up on our PMs.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
You do not get that report any longer?
We don't get
No,
that
we don't.
report any longer.
oh, yeah, we should now, yeah, I missed my little
that-
update,
I have those set up to come to me, and I had some of them set up to go to Elliot.
Every Tuesday, we used to get a
You
report,
want
a plan
them.
update.
Do you want less? Do you want more?
I
You
would, we
can,
would love it all, whatever, I mean, it's emails,
Okay.
but we're not printing, killing trees or anything, but it's actually, for myself at least, it's useful information, so we could, all right, everything's running smooth. The pictures of the bald eagles every once in a while were kind of cool to see as well, but yeah, if you wouldn't mind forwarding those on.
Major pump goes down. We're unaware that it goes down
Right.
and you guys are busting your butt to
right.
repair it.
You can do that.
That was the
You
only
know?
way we kind of got those status updates. This happened, that happened.
Do you want
This
them
vehicle's
weekly,
out of service.
monthly, how, weekly?
Yeah, how they were sent out before, that would be awesome,
Every Tuesday.
please.
What was it, bi-weekly that we got?
It was
Every
weekly.
Whatever they're generated at
Plant meeting.
for your process. We're
Yeah.
not trying to generate more work.
I don't think we realized anyone was reading those things.
I know, because Ellie kind of
Honestly.
quit it there near the end.
Yeah. But if you read them, then.
Oh, yeah,
we
every
will
week,
send them.
Yeah, definitely. If they're worthwhile, we'll
Yeah,
definitely do it.
please.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't know what the turbidity is. Anyway.
54621A equipment pump repairs, electrical, $126,700.
Again, significant increase. We're gonna. The UV system's a big chunk of that, right? Which is.
Yes,
we
the reason we
discussed
were just here
the other, yeah.
a couple weeks ago. 54621E equipment pump repairs, safety, $4,000. The two lines after that, 54623 A and B were a emergency repair. 54656 maintenance agreements, $250,000.
So
That dropped significantly. Why? Because yearly or what?
Because I noticed that we weren't using that line as much as we anticipated in previous years.
So are all the maintenance agreements purchased for this year?
I know our micro turbine one just ended, I believe. I think we're in the process of trying to get that renewed.
So is that 250 a good number, or can we decrease it a little bit more?
I would not decrease it any more than that. Because blacktop ceiling is in there. This year we have it for just the front parking lot, and next year we're doing the back lot, which is bigger than what we have this year. So that's
That's in
part of
the
it.
maintenance agreement?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, John, it's it's on the next page, they're all listed out.
Oh, I'm
So,
sorry.
yeah,
I didn't flip the
Oh.
page over.
no worries.
Sorry.
I
54701, travel and training, $30,000. 54701A, travel and training for the board, we reduced down to 0. 54702, subscriptions, dues and memberships, $3,100. The list is on the following page. $54801, industrial pretreatment, $130,150. 54802, permit fees, fines, $23,000.
So is there a reason you anticipated $25,000 increase to the pretreatment?
Yes, the IWPP 5-year survey.
So that's a every 5-year
Yes.
expense, okay. Okay, thank you.
54804, sludge and waste disposal, $460,000.
Okay,
Mhm.
so have we had so we know what the tipping fee is, right? Why have we increased that 40,000?
Yes,
Well, we
Is there an
received-
anticipated change or?
We received something from the Broome County landfill that we've been undercharged. And they are gonna increase our rates. They have not yet, but we're
It
paying,
went
Wanna
from
increase the
40 to
tipping fee?
Yes.
60 or 50, what was it?
we're paying, I believe, 40 right now, and it was supposed to be 50.
Did we have a special agreement with them that they,
No, we don't.
so
Who's determining
what we pay?
Excuse me?
That's their tipping fee to everybody, apparently. Somehow,
I think well, I think residential is 45 a ton now. So you're either underpaying by 5 and now you're going to be overpaying by 5?
that's just an email I got. So, like I said, they have not charged us anything yet extra.
Can we find that out?
Yep, I will.
Do we want to poke the bear?
If we're afraid to poke the bear and we're getting charged 40, I didn't really want to get charged.
We don't want to
50.
increase.
Well, if nobody else is paying that number
Right.
and we're gonna pay it for the sewer treatment plant, that's
Well,
gouging the sewer treatment plant.
it could be because it's a different form of waste.
That could be.
Could
It
be.
could be hazard. Yeah,
Right.
it could be. I only know the
We'll find
residential
out
rate.
for sure the why.
Let's see. 54805 and 54806 were lines that were requested in 2025. They have been encumbered and installed correct, Howard? The flight pumps. Yep. 54888 transferred to municipalities, 0. 55000 contingency, $240,000.
which we haven't touched yet this year. And we
We
didn't touch
have.
in the last month, right?
We did,
Yeah.
yeah, in the last month.
And we didn't do any in 2024.
Next page, state retirement, ES 9010.58000A.JS1SL, state retirement salaried, $147,470. JS2HR, state retirement hourly, $337,890. Next page, social security, ES 9030.58000B.JS1SL, social security salaried, $70,920. JS2HR, social security hourly, $172,646. Next page, workers' compensation, ES 9040.58000D.JS1SL, workers' compensation salaried, $17,709. JS2HR, workers' compensation hourly, $93,476.
I applaud the drop among the salaried folks, but why the increase on the hourly? It's pretty dramatic.
Is there significant claims, Billy?
We haven't had any.
'Cause I think
When's the
this-
last time your comp went out to? Who does comp?
Right risk?
Right risk? I mean, Comp Alliance, I think, is out there. I mean,
Comp
when's the last time your workers' comp went out to bid? Do you know? That's another one to add to your list.
I think the state rates, for class code, 7580, I just had looked it up, is down 21.8%.
Okay,
So I just don't, the increase doesn't seem,
yeah,
unless it's claim driven, but if you don't have any claims,
Yeah.
then I can't see why that would be.
I
an
would
issue.
agree to decreasing that myself. I may have overlooked that. I apologize. Excuse me?
Who's the carrier?
I believe it's right risk. I don't know for sure.
I believe it is, right risk and the comp alliance.
Yeah. I would be open to reducing that. That's based on a spreadsheet that I work off of, and I missed that.
So what would you feel comfortable reducing it to?
I would feel comfortable at the 65,000 that we had last year. Moving on to the next page, unemployment insurance. ES 9050.58000E.JS2HR, unemployment insurance hourly, $1,000. Next page, disability insurance, ES 9055.5800F.JS1SL, disability insurance salaried, $42. 5800F.JS2HR, disability insurance hourly, $56. Next page, health insurance. ES 9060.58000C.JS1SL health insurance salaried, $206,400. JS2HR health insurance hourly, $620,400.
So these got flagged for me. And that there's apparently you're looking at a 17% increase and you built in a 20% increase. Why not stick with the increase that you know you're getting?
The 17% increase is based on health insurance. We also have an HSA that is funded by the board. Our employees pay $600 towards their deductible. So, high deductible up to 16,000. So employees pay 600, the board pays the remainder. And that HSA has been significantly increasing over the last few years. So that's also built into that number.
Did they say what's driving the 17% increase?
Excelis requested the governor.
So just like last year, we based the budget on what Excelis increased, but the actual increase that came in was significantly less.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So just because what Excelis is trying to get through the state doesn't necessarily mean that
That's
they're
gonna
going to.
Right.
And again, I request this is RFP too, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that extra going from 17 to 20% accurately represents the HSA increases?
Yes. As much as I can do in July. The health insurance, I think we just signed contracts for 1 year with an extension of 3 years on all those. Okay, to continue. Okay. 58001C.JS1SL health insurance buyout salaried, $15,000. JS2HR health insurance buyout hourly, $20,000. $58002C health insurance retirees, $110,000.
Are these based on estimates of who you think is actually going to retire? Or
Yes, and their spouses, a couple of them are maybe going to the Aetna plan, over 65 Medicare. Next page, other employees benefits, ES 9089.58100.JS1SL, sick time buyback salary, $20,000. JS2HR sick time buyback hourly, $20,000. 58101.JS1SL vacation buyback salaried, $15,000. JS2HR vacation buyback hourly, $20,000.
So I think none of those in the last few years have come in over 15K.
We have. We don't have
Except
anyone
that, but I mean, going back to
Retiring?
2020.
Yeah, the salary can go down. The hourly. We have two that we know are going to be retiring next year. And Like I said, we're in contract negotiations and there might be a change to the way the sick time buyback is calculated.
There might be, maybe.
It might be. Very likely.
And I just to bounce back to the health insurance situation a little bit, and maybe you can clarify. So of the 819,000 we budgeted last year, we spent just under 700,000 total. Are we not likely to hit the 800,000 because the rates that were built in into an increase last year have already taken effect or were lower?
I would say that's 100% correct. Yes.
So we're likely to have a balance, a fund balance in this
Yeah, I don't
line.
remember what the exact percentage was. I think it came in around the 17 last year and then it ended up being like 12 or 13. I don't know the exact calculation, but yeah, it's certainly less.
The amounts encumbered or expended in 2025 are from July. We just had another bill. And I want to say, I don't know the exact numbers. I don't have. I do a budget every month, every week, and I don't have that with me to tell you where we're at on that
Okay.
right now for the end of the year. The for health insurance. Howard, do you have yours? The one with all the highlighting. Year-to-date available for health insurance salaried. This is after the fourth quarter payment, 17,229.93. Health insurance hourly, there's $74,082.28 left on that line.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I have a request for an additional line to be placed into the budget. Currently, the joint sewage treatment plant has a rather large fund balance. And I think it would be beneficial to both of the owners and the users if we took some of that fund balance, use the reserves for some type of future planning of the plant. As far as there's been a lot of, I know the city's done a lot of separations. I know the village has done a lot of separations. So there's got to be some type of flow credits that are out there that we don't know about. I think the last time it was done was 2012. I think
2013.
2013. So there's been a lot of work going on. So I think it would be a good expense to take some of that fund balance to put towards a study. So we know what credits are actually available to all the users or to the owners. So if we could add a line to that, if I have to make that a motion, I'll make that a motion.
You want to add it to the reserve?
No, I want to add a line. I want it funded from the reserve.
From the fund
So
balance.
there's zero impact on the budget. And I'm going to leave it up to the experts to give us a fairly decent guesstimate on what that may be.
I cannot give you that answer tonight. This is new.
Okay,
So would that have to go through the sewer board approval? Put that other line in that budget? Or can we as owners do that?
Can't hear you.
It's your microphone.
When we get some reserve to be expended for this. I don't know that you necessarily need to do that in the budget. Like with this budget, but you just approve the transfer over, expend it out. For the sewer credit stuff. But let me follow up about that. Is that what I'm saying? Let's have to figure out where to stick this in.
Want a motion to allow people to through?
Sure.
Bio break? I'll make a motion for a bio break while Bob is on the phone.
With five, private second.
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you. Will we have enough?
She shouldn't even go to school tomorrow. What's the point?
It's gonna rain.
What did Chuck say? Which Chuck? Do you have Chucks or not? I'm gonna give, I'll call Chuck if he picks up.
Yeah, usually we just have you going. That's it.
If you get it, or if you have it quicker, you now
Hey, Chuck, it's Marty. We got a question. Chuck Robinson didn't pick up.
Billy
I
Irish.
thought maybe we could talk to you and see if we could pick your brain. It's about adding a line to the budget for the sewer credit study. And with
I
the
got
capital
100.
reserves, what, if we need to vote on it now, put it in the budget, how, if it just comes out of reserves to fund it. We thought you might have an idea. We had to put a line in where it would go. You get this in the next couple of minutes, give me a shout. Thank you. Bye-bye. Perfect. Hey Chuck, how are you? I'm gonna go. Can I put you on the phone with Corporation Counsel? We got a question about putting a line in the budget for sewer credit study and where it should go and how reserves can handle it. All right, here he is. Chuck Shager.
Pretty good. So it's not a possible, both had a capture study from reserve.
Good times.
That's a pretty intense meeting.
Yeah. That's. It's needed.
Oh, yeah, yeah, and it seems like,
City council is pretty.
I'm going to hold on tonight.
Are we gonna hold it over?
I would hope to vote on it tonight. No, it was not like this last year, it was all this. They didn't come in prepared at all, they didn't have enough numbers to do anything until halfway through the meeting. And then they had enough where we could take action, and then we wanted to amend the budget because the way the salaries were structured, that the salaried employees were getting a huge raise. We just want to break it down to like 3%. And we needed everybody to vote in favor of it, but the council person we just left voted no. She had no clue what she was doing. Well, we know we kill it. So now they were educated this year, and you know, which is good.
Okay. Thank you.
I think so, because there's 4 and 5 is 9.
So Chuck said to add a line under the engineering budget for it.
Okay.
And then that basically increase it by whatever we're gonna fund, and then we reduce the fund balance, not $8 million by whatever that amount that we're going to increase.
That's the mystery. How do we know? Yeah.
How much to budget for it?
I mean, GHD did it last time, right? Okay. What's in the fund balance? $8 million. That's what the fund balance is at.
That's good. That's what I the impression I got.
Does 8 million sound about right? Yeah, well, then I would think $1 million would be more than enough. I would hope it would be more than enough. All right, we have to act on the budget by what date? Right, do we have enough? Do we have enough people here now to move everything forward? Okay, because I know in the past, it's been very difficult getting enough people together for one meeting, let alone 2. So if we can, if that's just my preference, I don't know if anybody else, how they feel, but if we have enough people to vote and move it through.
Hey, we do as long as people.
Right. Right. For me, just from what I've witnessed tonight, I think everybody, we're all on the same pages, you know, that, you know, reductions, everybody, nobody rebuffed any type of reduction or addition or change. Yeah.
And obviously for the flow credit study piece, there's always the opportunity to amend the budget later on.
Right.
So with the changes that, Billy, did you get all the changes that we talked about?
Do we need just a global motion to approve the changes, or do we need to do them one by one?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're gonna want to at least hit what all the lines are
Okay.
that we're changing. Yeah, let's just do that because it's gonna be cleaner.
$1 million.
1 million, there's 8 million in fund balance. I have
It
no
was in
idea.
2013. There's.
We came back from, did we even come back from?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we did. Did we come back? Oh, okay. No, yeah, I don't have an idea of the scope of this. Is this, and what the bang for the buck is, I guess.
Well, it's gonna be, you know, what sewer separations have gone on in the city, what have gone on in the village, what flow credits were allocated to properties that are no longer there that are still accounted for in the system.
Right.
Has something new gone on to these properties that are quite possibly using more sewer credits than what they originally were credited for? I mean, it's gonna be an extensive study. And if we're funding it out of our
Reserves.
reserves, it's going to have a zero impact on the budget. An $8 million reserve is pretty good. If the study comes in at 500,000, then 500,000 goes back into the reserve. If we need 1.5 million, I don't know if, you know, we adjust the budget and add another $500,000 to the study.
And we're both pro-housing communities, so
Right.
if it can help, support our local development, it's something we really want to do.
So I know our city engineer has been talking about, and we just approved a sewer credit scheme for the city, and I was not aware that maybe our inventory was that out of whack.
I believe it is. And with, you know, I don't know what is ever going to happen with the tech park, but if the tech park does come to fruition, it's going to go to our plan. You know, if the tech park comes, that means housing is coming. There's going to be a whole myriad of things that are going to either add or detract from the sewer credits. So I think having a good baseline moving forward, talking with Ron and some of the members of the sewage treatment board, they, gallon wise, they could accept it. They overbuilt the plant, which was good on them for, the engineers for designing it to handle that. But we have to have a mechanism to get it from here to the plant. And that's where we're going to see some choke points. So if we could come up with how many sewer credits are available, that's certainly going to help us all.
We start with 500,000 and put it out there. I mean, it seems like a very expensive study. That's all. I just don't have
Well,
a gauge of.
Do you know how often we have dipped into the reserves?
The reserves were set up last year, I believe. I'm kind of confused by what you're talking about. The reserves that we have set up are capital reserves, and I don't think you can move any money off of those because they are to specific items that we earmarked last year.
Right.
But if you're talking about the fund balance,
right.
which goes back to the users next or at the end of the year, correct?
Not all of it goes back to the users.
Right. So I am not aware of much of what goes on with those lines. That's something that the clerk and the comptroller work on with, at the time it was Ed, and he would give his opinion on those numbers.
Yeah,
so,
just keep them.
yeah,
That was his opinion. Don't spend it
yeah,
and continue to grow it.
yeah. But I think you're right, knowing your banks and what you guys want to do. I think it's a good idea to use the money if you can for this project.
Probably from what makes sense for the budget piece, it would be to say we're gonna add a line under the engineering piece, and that line number is gonna be set by the comptroller, rather than trying to come up with a line today for how he's gonna code it in the system. That would be my suggestion, is basically like lay out what the line is, where it's supposed to be, and then Chuck can assign the actual number that's gonna go there. mean, ultimately, the numbers sort of convenience for being able to track the budget through our computer system.
Once again, this is another RFP. Well,
No,
So this should be like within the like cap and crane projects, the gas pump stuff under that section. So like the ES 8130 lines. I mean, so the other option is
If I'm not mistaken, the fund balance is made up of the local systems costs, a portion of it. Is that? I don't have my notes with me, so I'm kind of weighing it right now. But if that's the case, then part of the fund balance is technically J.C.'s and part of it is City of Binghamton. So
I just texted, wow, okay. Chuck Shager, in his opinion, 50 to 60,000. I think yeah,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, no, that's,
Gonna make a motion.
no, I was, I'm a fireman. I have no idea about engineering.
That's not.
Yes. What did yeah. Did we set up a line to do a credit study for $100,000 out of the engineering portion of the budget?
with a number to be set, budget number to be set, or a account number to be set by the comptroller.
Perfect. Thank you.
So we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
A motion and a second. Does anyone have anything they would like to say on the record about this amendment? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, can we do a roll call?
Councilmember Matavetsky. Council members Middleton and Murray are absent. Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Councilmember Rathmel is absent. Council President Dundon.
Aye.
Mayor Meany.
Hey, aye.
Trustee Thorne.
Aye.
Trustee Jacina.
Aye.
Trustee Walker.
Aye.
Trustee Giblin.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 9-0.
Yeah, we can start on page one.
From the beginning, from, all right, from operating fund. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. Good idea.
So I guess we'll just start on page one and we'll flip through the pages. And if anybody has an amendment, they can chime in with a motion. So does anyone have an amendment for anything on the joint sewer operating fund? Hearing none, we'll move on. The amendment for the depreciation. Hearing none, we'll move on. The sewage collection system. Hearing none, we'll move on. I actually would like to make an emotion to amend. What line was it? Actually, I'm sorry, I jumped ahead, so. I don't have any motions to make on this one.
All right. So we're on sewage treatment plant, personal service. So Billy, you have 3 people under hourly 6 months, I believe you said.
Yes.
Is there a 4th that you would be relatively comfortable moving to 6 months? Yeah, not eliminating the line or the position, just in anticipation of them not being filled.
What's that? Yeah, we can take a mechanic's assistant back another 6 months.
Okay. Do you know what that would total out to?
Let's see. Calculator. Hold on.
Do the fringe and all of that too, yes?
Yeah, we would have to change.
So I was gonna ask, so do you, in your insurance costs, Medicare costs, payroll tax, do you also build in all of those people?
Yes,
Yes.
it's based on the total of the personal services. It calculates it
Okay.
into a final spreadsheet.
I mean, I would be fine adjusting this and not worrying about the insurance lines.
Well, maybe if we look to not take out of their census, but just not fund two of the lowest paid positions across the board with all benefits included. I mean, would that?
That would do the same thing.
Right,
And she can figure out the numbers later?
right.
Fine.
Would that be acceptable?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to necessarily touch the insurance and fringe benefits lines. They'll sit there as is and can be adjusted later, whether it's being rolled into, a position that gets filled or rolled into something else if they continue to be left open.
So, but she's already taken out 1.5 people essentially that are not in these numbers. So I'm only asking to get an extra half a person.
Okay, that's,
I'll settle for a ballpark figure.
So if we took out 1.5 of a mechanic's assistant, it would bring that 53,373 down to 21,049.
But I'm sorry, I thought you said you already had,
It is the 2 employees, one of them is at half a year, so it's at 1.5. If we brought it down to just a half,
no,
right,
another one that you had taken 6 months out of 2 other people, I think.
mechanic's assistant, there's half, shift lead operator, there's half. And the instrumentation tech is half.
So I was only asking for another half to bring it down to fully 2 people that were not accounted, that we're accounting for.
Okay. So you just want it at 1 year?
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, the mechanic's assistant is 2 at half a year. So 1 employee, you want to bring it down to a half.
I think he's looking to remove just 2 total.
Correct.
So add a half in, because you said you've already
You've taken out 1.5.
1.5.
Down shift lead. To 1. Right now it's at 1.5 employees, that shift lead operator.
Would it be easier to just do a flat cut to the salary adjustment hourly line?
Yes, it would be. But I was just trying to get an estimate of what that reduction would be.
Just floating it out there as
Yeah.
maybe being easier on the math.
Sure.
It'd be around $20,000. Depending, I mean, our range is between $19 up to $30 an hour, so it really depends on which of the 3 that you want to reduce.
I'll settle for 20,000 off the top,
20,000 off of,
just down off the personal services line. I don't care.
20,000 off.
I don't care how you distribute it.
So 2,113,908.
Minus 20,000.
It's.
Oh, 113, yes, yes, right. Yeah, so, yes, so I'd like to motion to change line ES 81305100.JS2HR to 2,113,908.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Does anyone have anything they'd like to discuss on that? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, can we do a roll call?
Councilmember Matavetsky,
Aye.
Councilmembers Murray and Middleton are absent. Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Councilmember Rathmel is absent. Council President Dundon.
Aye.
Mayor Meany.
Aye.
Trustee Thorne. I'm getting
Aye.
there. Trustee Justina.
Aye.
Trustee Walker.
Aye.
Trustee Giblin.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 9-0.
Moving on to the next page, I actually have a motion or an amendment for line number ES 8130.52013 gas pump. I'd like to increase that by $20,800 to $65,000 even, so we can get Howard's pump. this
Second.
year. Motion is second. Any discussion? Yep. All right, Madam Clerk, do a roll call.
Councilmember Matavetsky.
Aye.
Councilmembers Middleton and Murray are absent. Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Councilmember Rathmel is absent. Council President Dundon.
Aye.
Mayor Meany.
Aye.
Trustee Thorne.
Aye.
Trustee Justina.
Aye.
Trustee Walker.
Aye.
Trustee Giblin.
Aye.
Thank you. It's 9-0.
Does anyone have any other amendments they'd like to do to this page?
Yes, I'd like to motion to adjust salary adjustment hourly line ES 8130.51699.JS2HR down $35,000 to $50,000.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, can we do a roll call?
Councilmember Matavetsky.
Aye.
Councilmembers Murray and Middleton are absent. Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Councilmember Rathmel is absent. Council President Dundon.
Aye.
Mayor Meany.
Aye.
Trustee Thorne.
Aye.
Trustee Justina.
Aye.
Trustee Walker.
Aye.
Trustee Giblin.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 9-0.
I'd like to motion to amend line ES 8130.51900.JS2HR overtime hourly down to $50,000 from $55,000.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, can we do a roll call, please?
Councilmember Matavetsky.
Aye.
Councilmembers Murray and Middleton are absent. Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Councilmember Rathmel is absent. Council President Dundon.
Aye.
Mayor Meany.
Aye.
Trustee Thorne.
Aye.
Trustee Justina.
Aye.
Trustee Walker.
Aye.
Trustee Giblin.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 9-0.
Does anyone else have any other amendments they'd like to make to this page?
Can I just clarify overtime hourly, you want it down to 50,000? Okay, I just want to make sure I heard it right.
It was going down to 50,000, 35,000 down to 50,000.
For the overtime,
Yes, hourly.
Yes, for the hour.
that was at 55.
Down to 50.
That was down 55 to 50.
Okay.
Moving on to the next page. Does anybody have any amendments or adjustments they'd like to make to this page?
I mean, I just based on the capital expenditure this year, I have questions about whether they can reasonably get all of these projects done, but I don't have the knowledge or the expertise to articulate what cuts those are going to be, or you know, what should be prioritized and not prioritized. So I'm not comfortable. That's where I'm at. It's like I appreciate these are necessary things. I just don't know that we can get them all done next year. I don't know that we can get all of this year's done this year. So
If we could have asked the question of the wish list, what is a wish list and what is a definite, we have to do it?
yeah, and it might be a matter of, you know, gosh, the backwash pump is in stock. We can get it in and we can install it this year. And the grit conveyors are not, you know, and so that's what gets done and not gets done.
Aren't these all capital anyway?
Yeah. Okay.
critical items. They're, sorry, there are critical items that we need. If one was to break, we would have the spare to put right in.
No work is done. It's just a matter of ordering them and whatever
Putting it on the
lead
shelf.
time it is to actually get it.
Well, it depends what it is, right? Like the crane is obviously a new or a piece of equipment that's got to be installed and everything,
Yeah,
right?
the
That's
crane is something that we use to change out a couple of augers. If we don't have that crane, we have to go rent a what was it, a one-person crane we rented? A walk-behind crane. So we figured if we can get the right crane in that building, we should not have to ever rent any piece of equipment again for that particular job.
I mean, I have no changes to suggest, I guess. I'm just,
Does anybody else before we move on?
oh, what? And we don't have any details about the accounting cost, right? Other than it was 9 years since we've increased it.
He did, Chuck Robinson did send a spreadsheet of, the rates for the employees that, do work for us in accounting. I can forward that to you if you'd like it.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. I don't want to be taking advantage of the special relationship here between Binghamton and Johnson City to line our
He
pockets.
actually asked for $80,000.
Oh, you talked him down and negotiated. All
Yeah.
right. Good job.
Nothing else on that page from anybody? Okay, we'll move on to the next page. I actually have a motion. I would like to take $10,000 from the ES 18130.54191 protective clothing line and knock that down from 45,000 to 35,000.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on that? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, can we do a roll call?
Councilor Matavetsky,
Aye.
council members Murray and Middleton are absent. Councilor Kavanaugh,
Aye.
Councilor Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Councilor Rathmel is absent. Council President Dundon,
Aye.
Mayor Meany,
Aye.
Trustee Thorne,
Aye.
Trustee Jacina,
Aye.
Trustee Walker,
Aye.
Trustee Giblin.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 9-0.
Does anybody else have any amendments they'd like to make to this page? Hearing none, we'll move on.
I'd like motion to adjust amend line ES 8130.54201. That's gas heating down by $10,000 to 215,500.
We have a
Second.
okay, motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, do a roll call, please.
Councilor Matavetsky.
Aye.
Councilmembers Murray and Middleton are absent. Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Councilmember Rathmel is absent. Council President Dundon,
Aye.
Mayor Meany,
Aye.
Trustee Thorne,
Aye.
Trustee Jacina,
Aye.
Trustee Walker,
Aye.
Trustee Giblin.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 9-0.
Anyone else have any amendments to this page?
No, again, I just want to emphasize to Billy that, everything on this page should probably be sent out for an RFP.
I think we don't get together like this often, but I would absolutely, if we need a resolution to the
Right.
board with this list of RFPs that we want done, I think we should do that. I don't know what the mechanism is, Bob, but
And I'd just like to voice my displeasure at requesting an RFP last year and not getting any response from the sewer board.
Nothing else about that page? All right, we'll move on to the next one. Does anyone have any amendments for this page? Hearing none, we'll move on. Yeah. Any amendments for this page? Hearing none, we'll move on to the next page. So we're at the one that has methanol fire suppression on top. It's maintenance agreements. Any amendments to this page? Hearing none, we'll move on. Any amendments for the following page?
No, but I would like to echo, or I would like to reinforce, I would like and follow up on the tipping fees situation.
Moving on to the page that has contingency on it. Anybody have an amendment for that?
Yes, so there's been years we don't dip in this at all. We've dipped into it a little bit only this year. I think $240,000 is quite generous. I'd like to move to reduce line ES 8130.55000 by $25,000 to 15,000.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, can we do a roll call?
Councilmember Matavetsky.
Aye.
Councilmembers Murray and Middleton are absent. Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Councilmember Rathmel is absent. Council President Dundon.
Aye.
Mayor Meany.
Aye.
Trustee Thorne.
Aye.
Trustee Jacina.
Aye.
Trustee Walker.
Aye.
Trustee Giblin.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 9-0.
Moving on to the state retirement page. Anyone have any amendments for that? Hearing-
Like we didn't have to pay it, but we do.
Yeah, that I might have to argue, 'cause seeing that they're union employees. Moving on to Social Security. Hearing nothing, we'll move on to Workman's Comp. I would actually like to make a motion to take $28,476 out of line ES 9040.5800D.JS2HR for the Workman's Comp hourly and take that from 93,476 down to 65,000.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, can we do a roll call?
Councilmember Matavetsky.
Aye.
Councilmembers Murray and Middleton are absent. Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Councilmember Rathmel is absent. Council President Dundon.
Aye.
Mayor Meany.
Aye.
Trustee Thorne.
Aye.
Trustee Jacina.
Aye.
Trustee Walker.
Aye.
Trustee Giblin.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 9-0.
Anyone else have any amendments they'd like to make to that page? Hearing none, we'll move on to the page that says unemployment insurance. I'm assuming there's probably no amendments to that. We'll move on to disability insurance. I'm going to assume there's no amendments to that. Health insurance. I'll assume no amendments to that. And the last page, other employee benefits. Any amendments for that page?
Yes, I'd like to motion to reduce ES 9089.58100.JS1SL sick time buyback salaried down $5,000 to 15,000.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion on that? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, can we do a roll call?
Councilmember Matavetsky.
Aye.
Councilmembers Murray and Middleton are absent. Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Councilmember Rathmel is absent. Council President Dundon.
Aye.
Mayor Meany.
Aye.
Trustee Thorne.
Aye.
Trustee Jacina.
Aye.
Trustee Walker.
Aye.
Trustee Giblin.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 9-0.
I'd like to motion to reduce line ES 9089.58100.JS2HR sick time buyback hourly down $5,000 to 15,000. $5,000 down to 15,000.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
What line
Motion.
was that again, sir?
Second one.
That was the sick
Sick
time
time
buyback
buyback
hourly.
Okay, thank you.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, can we do a roll call?
Councilmember Matavetsky.
Aye.
Councilmembers Murray and Middleton are absent. Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Councilmember Rathmel is absent. Council President Dundon.
Aye.
Mayor Meany.
Aye.
Trustee Thorne.
Aye.
Trustee Justina.
Aye.
Trustee Walker.
Aye.
Trustee Giblin.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 9-0.
Any other amendments to this page? Hearing none, can we get a motion to accept the budget as amended?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the amended budget?
Yeah, we did that
You
first.
did that first.
Yeah, we did that first.
Council President, I would just like to thank the joint sewage treatment plant representatives here tonight. I know budgets are, we all know budgets are difficult, and, you know, I'm sure a couple of the white hairs on the top of this melon are a result of that. But at any rate, thank you for all your hard work. Thanks for working with us. And we promise you that we're going to help you out as well with your shortcomings with what's going on with legal counsel right now.
Yeah, I'd like to just reiterate what he said. Thank you so much. And Billy, thank you. So we have a motion and a second to amend the budget or to accept the amended budget as it's been amended. Do we have any other discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, can we do a roll call?
Councilmember Matavetsky.
Aye.
Councilmembers Murray and Middleton are absent. Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Councilmember Rathmel is absent. Council President Dundon.
Aye.
Mayor Meany.
Aye.
Trustee Thorne.
Aye.
Trustee Justina.
Aye.
Trustee Walker.
Aye.
Trustee Giblin.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 9-0.
And with that, can I entertain a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
And a second? I'll make the second. All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody.